Well, all right. We're finally back onto this pine body guitar that I'm making here. Been waiting for a change in the weather. It's been really, really humid out here the last few days. And plus, I haven't been doing too good with my health lately. I hope this is coming out. Let's see. What is this? What we're going to do today is, my goal today, my only part of the goal today is to get the neck pocket routed out. And I've already found my center line here. The center line is on the template. Last episode I showed you how I made my template for the neck. So now what we're going to do is we're going to attach that to this. And so what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to drill a hole where the pickup goes here, and we're going to screw this down to the body. Let's pull this over so I can work with it better. Yeah, it should work. Should be better. And so what I'm going to start off by doing is I'm going to double side tape this to this. Looks like I got glue on there for some reason. Let's clean that glue off so it'll lay flat on there. And then let's find something to scrape with here. Just going to get that glue off of there. I don't know where that glue came from. To me, this is the most critical part of your guitar. If you don't get this right, your whole guitar won't be right. There we go. There we go. Now it should lay flatter on that guitar body. That's much better. So now what we're going to do is take some of this two-sided tape. Find me my little razor blade. Should be laying there somewhere.
Spider webs.
We're just going to put some two-sided tape on here to help hold it down, and I'll screw it down. I want to assure that this thing's not going to move on me. Anything I hate worse is getting part way through it and then have the template move. I'm making sure it ain't going to move.
I guess so. Wouldn't dare move now, huh?
You better not. Like I said, this is the most crucial part, and sometimes it does not hurt to overthink it a little bit. I've had templates move on me before. Skeeter. And it's not fun. In fact, if you watched my video when I was doing the control cavity, it popped loose on me. And when you're routing, my full attention is on the routing, not what's going on around me. So I'm trying to prevent that from happening. Chair.
So that garbage can
I know, huh? Alright, so now what we got to do is got to line this template up. Put my other eyeballs on. So we gotta line this up on here. As close as you can get it. Like I say, you want to take your time on this and get things lined up, because you don't want your neck going on crooked. But you always, at least for me, I always set this part of it up first. Before I do any other routing, before I do anything else to the guitar, this has got to happen first. You want to get your neck pocket in place, get your depth set right. So I'm not worried about screwing this down in here where the neck route for the pickup's going to go, because once I route that out, that hole will go away. You want to make sure that sinks down in there, because you don't want your router hanging up on it. So see, that's going to make that nice and firm. And what this does, eliminates me clamping things down, and keeps my clamps out of my way of my router. And I've only done this like once or twice where I actually screwed the template down. And I wish I'd have done that on all my guitars now. But we'll go from here. What I'm going to do is draw this line here. So what we're going to do is eventually shorten this neck heel a little bit. And that shows me how far down I got to cut this off here and keep it straight. So now, before you go routing, check your lines, make sure they're where you want them. And it looks like we're right where I wanted it. Somewhat. Probably a clamp. I'll just clamp this down real quick. It'll make it super stick. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it keeps wanting to pull. Wants to go this way on me. What I'm going to do is use a clamp to help stick it to that tape that's on there. Actually, I might just leave the clamp on there, just so it doesn't want to walk on me or something later. There we go, that's better. That should be out of the way of the router anyway. Check it again. Yep, that's right on now. Yep, right on the money. So, I have my little hand router here. I still don't know what we did with that thing. It's weird.
That's gonna drive us crazy.
Yeah. Lost my control cover. I don't know what we did with it.
Didn't take it in, I don't think.
I don't think so.
I don't know why you would have.
I don't think I did. I'm gonna go ahead and clamp this to the table. We didn't throw it away, did we?
Okay. This mystery's got to be solved.
Oh, here it is. How it got over there?
Well, you had to put it there.
I probably did.
For safekeeping.
Right?
Yeah, okay.
You want to focus that camera for me?
Yep, I sure will. Moving things around. Oh my goodness gracious.
All right, I normally hog this all out, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take several passes and just keep routing it down to where I need it, which I need to measure that off. Can I have you go in and grab my neck? You remember where it's at? Not like that. My guitar neck. You remember where it's at? It's up against the wall next to the curtain there. So what I got to do is I got to measure out how deep I want to cut this neck pocket, and I forgot my neck, so I can take those measurements. But everything's in a progress here. We'll bring you back in just a minute. All right, so hand me the neck again. I'll show this on camera. On most necks, at least for Strat style, which is Strat or Tele, I always measure 3/16 down from the binding. Is that shown on camera?
Yes.
I always measure 3/16 down from the binding, and I take that measurement from there to the bottom of the heel there, which was like a 1/2 inch and a skosh over a 1/2 inch. And so what I did is I transferred that measurement to the front of the body here, and put a mark on here so I can tell how far down I'm going to be doing my routing. And again, it's just a suggestion line there. And what I'll do once I get down that far, then we'll take this all apart, set the neck on there, and see how far, if we need to go down any further. And I'd rather do that. You do it little bits at a time, and it's just safer to do. And then once this is cut out, once the router cuts this, it'll cut a rounded edge here. And I'll take my chisel and square that off, because that neck is square. It doesn't have a rounded edge on it. So we need to square this up after it's routed. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to get this neck at least set in there. I don't think I'll glue it in today, because I still got a lot of routing to do. We need to route for the pickups, figure out the placement for the bridge, and all kinds of stuff yet to go. Roundovers. It's just easier to do with the neck off. And so anyway, that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to get started on this. And like I said, I'm just going to go down a little bit at a time and see what happens here.
You want me to stand here with it, or
Yeah, you can, either way.
Good.
Yeah.
get my glasses on?
Take my Kaya yippee hat off. Got it on?
Yep.
pass one. All right, it looks like I'm gonna have to change my router bit out to one of my bigger ones, but this one here just not long enough to go down any further. So we're gonna have to change that out, and I'll do that off camera, and I'll bring you back in. Alrighty, there it is thus far. Now what we'll do is take this template off of here, put the neck down, and we'll have to cut these corners out first, and then we'll put the template down in there. I mean, put the neck in there, and then see where we're at. Now there may be a possibility we have to put the template on there and go deeper. We'll find out just right now. Hand me the neck. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta chisel them corners out. Gotta square these corners out. And the best way to do that is just take your chisel and start scraping away at the corners here. Kind of like that. One nice thing about poplar, it's not hard to carve. This is strictly old school way of doing this stuff. I don't own a CNC machine, don't want to own one, so. All right, let's try the neck. Ooh, that's a nice bit too. Great. There we go. Yeah, we need to go a little deeper. I didn't measure right. Dang it. Where'd my flat ruler go? Oh. Yeah, we still need to bring her down another, just a 1/16 of an inch. But neck fits good. Again, I think I'll make it a glue-in. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
I'll
right
cut
there.
all that off.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'll put that other little bit back in the router, see where I'm at before I go reattaching that template back on there. But you can see where I'm going after. I'm not going to show the rest of this. I'm just going to get this finalized and I'm going to go in. It's getting too hot out here. Again, it's supposed to be way up in the middle 90s today. And I cannot stand the heat, so I have to watch my heat level. That's what happens when you get old. But I'm really pleased with this. It looks like it all lines up really nice and tight and snug. And once we get the next set, then we'll work on the heel and, you know, making that look pretty. And but you always want to set your neck first, and here's the reason why. If you do get it skewed one way or the other a little bit, and you draw your center line here, then you can follow where your center of your neck is at. Then you can place your bridge, which would be the next thing we do, is find where the bridge is going to be setting, probably right about in here somewhere. And then once we get that set, then I can figure out, I already know that one pickup's going to go here, then I figure out where my second pickup's going to go. Then we'll draw all that in, and then we'll use my template that I made for that, for the pickup route. Then we'll route the pickup holes in, and then once those are set in place, then we'll go ahead and actually place the bridge on there. And then I'm going to show you how I do my string throughs, and go from there. Well, I'm getting excited now. Let's get more look like a guitar. Like I said, I'm going to finish this off camera. You don't need to keep watching me route. So anyway, that's where we're at with it. And at least this part of it will be done today. Hard telling what I'll be able to get to do tomorrow or the next day. I'm kind of busy during the week usually. Oh, and if you've been watching, I bought a Joe Bonamond's Les Paul copper iridescent top. I call it root beer brown. You can call it whatever you want. But it came with a bad volume pot, and I'll be changing that out, and I'll probably be making a video because I can do that indoors. Not today, but sometime this week, on how I'm going to change that out and fix it. Had a lot of heated discussions over that guitar with the people I bought it from. So anyway, I'll get more into that when I work on it. Alrighty, this stealth guitar, and we'll be talking at you. Back in the house now. I finished routing this out, got it set at the right height. Of course, I have to still measure the bridge to make sure it's at the right height. But everything measures out right where it's supposed to be. What it is usually about 3/16 from the binding, usually, and I may have to take it all the way down to the binding. So we'll find that out here later on this week. But the neck joint fits good, and so we're on our way now. Next up, we'll be routing the pickup channels and finding placement for the bridge and all that stuff. And after that, and the bridge goes in, then we'll do a round over on the top, and quite possibly after that, that'll be it. And then we just start putting that Minwax tongue oil finish on it, of course gluing in the neck. I may wait and do put the neck in after I do the tongue oil finish this time, instead of putting it on after the neck is glued in. But then again, no, I have to glue the neck in, because we still have to carve the heel of the neck out. I'm getting ahead of the game here. I'm getting so excited to get this guitar done. So yeah, once the neck is set, then we'll do the heel and we'll contour that all out and make it feel good. I'm not going to do a squared off heel. It's going to be kind of rounded and, you know, all that good stuff. It's my guitar and do it the way I want, right? But I'm really pleased at how well this is coming out. And so anyway, that's where we're at today. More in the future here. I don't know when my next day I'll get to work on it, but we'll see how quick it happens here. Alrighty, I'll talk at you later. Bye now.